Today is Saturday, July 27th, 1:52 p.m. This place in uh, this place near the Boise airport, this building administered by uh, Reese's, so far and is becoming uh, a perfect place to develop into a consistently profitable day trader. A few days ago, I purchased a 27-inch monitor, but the screen resolution is the same as my notebook computer, but it's a little bigger. Right here, I replaced it, so even though the screen flickers, even though this thing, I turned that screen off and switched everything to here. So that's now now I can. So that's the situation. Then this is actually the half floor up and half there's a floor on a half floor down. So on the half floor down there is a living area, and in the living area it has a couch, two couch and a couple seats, and and it's a perfect place for me to take my there's this guy on YouTube who says he takes trader naps, right? So I take a trader sleep there, because the place that I currently rent, there used to be many months ago, approximately about 6 months ago, about 6 months ago, they had. I moved into the second floor because the person who was living on the second floor had to get a back surgery, and so he couldn't climb the stairs, and so we switched. As soon as I got in to the second floor, I woke up in the morning and I find myself something crawling in my ear and all over my body and all over my legs, and it turned out to be a bed bug. So I just freaked out, and so I couldn't sleep there. And then I bought some chemicals and I sprayed it with chemicals. And then a few days later, as I dozed off at Office Evolution, they didn't like that. So so after I sprayed it with the spray and also the smoker, right? The chemical smoker that's there. The chemical, I slept there, and then I realized that even though I was able to treat these bed bugs in the room, bed bugs were actually crawling in from elsewhere to replace the ones that I have exterminated. So I also freaked out, and then now 6 months later, there's chemicals, and there's also bed bugs in there. So I could not sleep there. The only thing I can do is take showers, shave, and the sleep part has been removed. So now, in about a in about in middle of August, I will move into a new apartment with a room. It's like 50% more expensive. What I suspect is that I will get a decent amount of sleep. But in the meantime, for another 2 weeks, I have to go through this rigmarole. And um, so now that I have taken on this challenges. What I did was initially when I took on this journey as a consistently profitable day trader, I used TD Ameritrade and used options with a small amount of money to increase it. But that was very difficult to do, uh, because my skill set wasn't there, and so I would I would luck out and make uh, gains once or twice a day, and then I would lose on the third day, and it would just wipe everything out because the stop loss, uh, the the stop loss uh, consistency and was not there yet. So now there's two approaches that I will take to make money from the market, which is actually three. It's going to be three. Now, the first part is taking on these challenges so that I can at least make steady bit of money first. After I pass and I get funded, then these fundings will allow me to make a little bit of money. That's the goal. Okay. I can persist as a day trader. I can persist as a dishwasher at Westside Drive-In. I'm 55 years old currently, but I can still uh, I'm still a very good dishwasher. Okay. And aside being a dishwasher, I also do some preparation work, like Making fingers meaning taking a chunk of meat, slicing it, and then and then uh, and then portioning it and putting it back into the refrigerator. I can do that. And I also do fish. Nobody wants to do fish because fish smells. fish fish, although when it's cooked it's delicious, but it smells when you yeah, anyway. So I can do that for the time being. So there's three ways, which is the first way is going to be going back to uh, trading uh, the uh, the U.S. market, which consists of the S&P 500, the Dow, and the Nasdaq stocks. Okay, I'm staying away from I'm staying away from um, penny stocks. Okay, that's not my specialty. That's the first part. Now the second part is um, this. What I'm working on right now is a prop firm, and I've actually I was actually funded twice. Now it has been almost 2 years now, and I've been funded twice, but I just took missteps and I was not able to take advantage of it, even though I was in profit on those two occasions. The first was the 50K challenge with FTMO, and then the second one was with funding traders. And funding traders was, I mean, it was I was up 3%. Okay, of the 5K account. FTMO was 50K. I was up like what $3, and everything went downhill from there. So now the objective of is to on the second revenue stream in the market is to take this prop firm challenges, make initially a little bit of money, and then recoup the cost of the evaluation, and then start to make money. Start to build small bits of money on a weekly basis, and then as I become more comfortable with it, then I can escalate that to a greater amount, greater amount. That's the second way of doing it. Now the third part is now that I have gotten a taste of what forex market is and the futures market is, essentially that's what it is. The second part is trading those instead of first. The first is trading purely stocks like Facebook and Google and Amazon and Microsoft and Tesla and things like that. Now that's the second part. Now the third part is continuing on this journey. Third part is after the prop firm, then I can when when I have acquired enough funds, then I can take the proceeds from the prop firm uh, uh, withdrawals, then um, put them into a brokerage firm that I can trade using forex market as well as the futures market, so that will be the three different revenue streams, and I will escalate it. I will increase it to the first one is going to be PDT rule, which means I'm going to be above the PDT rule on the first one. The second one would be essentially going past the 200K challenge. Now, when I pass the 200K challenge and I start making money on the 200K, then what I would do, most likely I will be at a point where there's this guy named Q Banks on YouTube, and he says he was working at Target, and one day shopping carts were piled up in a parking lot, and apparently he was working in a Target at a different city because he didn't want to be known as somebody who worked at Target in his own city. So one day he had to go out there, take his shirt off, and then unstack all these shopping carts and put them away. And then he told his coworker, I really don't want to do that. He didn't feel like he was taking his shirt off. So what he said, what he and his coworker says, well, you know, then why are you working here? And then he was being interviewed, and he said, oh yeah, hey, why am I working here? So I want to get to that point too. So when I get to that point, I can when I get to that point, when I get to that point, then that's the situation. But I have to get to the 200K payout. When I get to the point of 200K payout, then I can be in that situation. And the owners of the restaurant knows it. I know it, and I'm going to quietly exit without making a fuss whatsoever. Okay, that's the idea. So that's the situation. So there's three approaches that I'm getting, but the first, I have to get to the 200K uh, payout first. But I'm currently see when I go into the prop firms, it says that the popular the popular uh, trading account challenge is 100K. It's very, very popular. What I know is that because I'm not ready to take on that challenge on a reliable manner, I'm sticking with the 5K so that I can repeat it over and over again until I can achieve a level of success that allows me to take on that challenge without frittering away the funds for the 100K challenge. Because when I get to the point where I'm taking on the most popular amount, which is the 100K, then I will be prepared. And that when I take on that challenge, that I'm very serious about that challenge, and I will be able to pass on a very, very reliable manner. So, so now I just woke up about 30 minutes ago on that couch, and apparently sleep is good for the liver. YouTube is very useful. It has lots of information on it. Apparently, these medical doctors are saying that if you take a nap, it allows the liver to relax so that it can regenerate itself, and then it be in a best in position uh, to to clean my body. Okay, so that's good. So what I plan to do now that I have been become acclimated to this environment, and may God be so kind to allow me to continue on this journey in this manner, without being hindered in any way, shape, or form. So, so I got a decent amount of sleep. So the first the half basement downstairs, there's people working on it. I can hear it. And I'm laying on the couch with my I bought these neck pillow, and along with this neck pillow, it gives me one of those little shades like on an airplane, right? So I put that on. I got a decent amount of sleep today, uh, in a very, very long time, like 6 months. I finally was able to get a decent amount of sleep uh, in the last 6 months. Now that I have currently, what I have are three different challenges of the 5K going on my funding pips. I'm hearing some noise about that company, but what I'm trying to do is whatever happens, I'm trying to become good at it. So that's good. Okay, whatever happens, even so, I'm trying to become an expert at it. So I'm using that company to become good. So I have three different funded trading accounts, uh, challenges being taken at the same time, one at a time to raise it up to. It's amazing how difficult it is to get $400, which is essentially 8% on the phase one, and then 250 on the phase two. It's very, very difficult. It's even more difficult to get 250 on the second phase than getting the 400 on the first phase, because I have a limited amount of tries to pass that, but I have an unlimited amount to pass the phase one. Then I have one 10K uh, funding traders account that I'm still working on after a month. That's the account is still alive after a month. I'm working on it. That challenge is still alive. Then I recently acquired the Aqua Funding, and that account is there's three of them, and I'm working on that as well. Okay, so I have three different prop firms that I'm funding, and essentially the money that I make from washing dishes goes straight to that. Okay, once I become profitable, then I can once I become profitable, yeah, things will be a totally different story. But that's I'm taking my hard earned dishwasher money into these challenges. It says and on YouTube, three things happen. One thing that rich people do with their money is they try to figure out how they can use their existing money to make more money. Middle class people, what they do is they take their money and they raise their credit score. The poor people, um, apparently they just buy things, which I did. So for now, what I do is I wash dishes, I pay for my expenses, and then I eat well sometimes, and sometimes it's good. And then I take primarily the money that I have, and then I dump it into the trading challenges because I want to become very rich. I have a few obligations that I have to I have for my ex-wife, and I have a few obligations to my kids, and so um, and I have a couple of debts, which is one of them is a legal debt, and the other is a well, both of them are legal debts. So once I take care of, so once I cross that, once I cross to the other side. If I can cross to the other side when I get there, then um, cross to the other side. Cross to the other side. Yeah. Yes, I finally got some sleep. I finally got some sleep.